Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
Played a little bit of everything. The first sport I actually played was soccer, then basketball, then baseball, track, and football. So I played 5 sports growing up. Really, it was Reggie Bush. So when I was your age, he was at USC. He was tearing it up. He was making all kind of highlights and stuff. So I watched a lot of him. Watching him play, and then, growing up here in Louisiana, watching the LSU Tigers play. My dad and my mom went to LSU. I think I decided that football was what I wanted to do. So, along with Reggie Bush, growing up, I watched players like LaRon Landry, Corey Webster, Ryan Clark. These are all guys that went to LSU, and they played the position I played. And growing up in LSU is the school that I wanted to go to, because that's the school that I watched, right? So I was fortunate and blessed enough to have that opportunity to play there, and so that's why I decided to go. So yeah. So that also has a long story, but it starts with a man named Alton Sterling, who was killed by police officers in Baton Rouge. And that touched close to home because he died on Gardere Lane, and that was the street that my parents' first house was on. So I lived on that street. And my dad took that street every day to go to work, the 30 years that he worked at LSU. And so it just touched close to home for me. And then I was workout partners with Colin. During practice, the offense is usually on one side, the defense is on the other side, right? So offensive and defensive players don't really hang out on the football team, especially in the NFL. We're really kind of separated until game day. But Colin and I, we spent our time together working out before practice. And so when he started sitting for the anthem, I wanted to show support and help get the message out that he was trying to get out, but I didn't want to sit because people thought that it was disrespectful. And so I came up with the idea to take a knee in an attempt to be more respectful than sitting. And so it really just came through talking to him, trying to figure out what we could do to still show that we wanted to put a message out there, but also an attempt to be more respectful to the people that were feeling disrespected. There's on the field challenges and there's off the field challenges, right? So on the field, anytime you're dealing with injury, that's a challenge, trying to recover from the injury so you can perform, because at the end of the day, it's a job. And if you don't perform, then they're going to fire you. So the biggest challenges for me was learning the playbook, not because I didn't understand it, but because we had a bunch of coaches. After my second year, they fired the coach. After that next year, they fired the coach. After the next year, they fired a coach. So I had 4 head coaches in 5 years. So it was a challenge to learn the new playbook every year. But then off the field, dealing with the repercussions of partaking in the protest was also a big issue in my personal life at home, right? I don't know if y'all are friends with my daughter, but Leilani grew up while I was protesting. And getting threats from people, getting threatened by the president of the United States, it comes with, like you said, it's adversity, and it sometimes you feel a little unsafe. But we took the proper precautions to make sure we felt safe at home. And so dealing with that and still trying to perform on the field was an adverse situation. But I was able to get through it with the love of my family and a good support system. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. I could see myself coming back. It would take a little bit of training, right? Because I haven't been training the way I had been in the past. It's been 2 years since I've played, but I definitely think if I had the opportunity, I could make a comeback.